Hey, welcome back to Long Island Retro Pickups. My name's Chris, and this is George. And George, what are we looking at today?
Yeah, so today we've got something crazy and awesome. So for those of you guys who watched a couple weeks ago, I showcased the Nintendo Super System with some of my friends, and it was a PCB all by itself, and it didn't have a cabinet. And now here we are a couple weeks later, and we've got a full-size original cabinet. And yeah, this was like a really awesome stroke of luck. So you know, I put out that video, and then a friend of mine who lives locally reached out to me, and he's like, "So you're looking for a Super System cabinet, eh?"
Guess what I've got.
Guess what I've got. And so my original plan was to make a cabinet from scratch and then just build in the controllers and the PCB. But this was so much better because he had found this cabinet, and it used to be a Neo Geo arcade machine. It was originally a Super System,
Yep.
and then it got converted into a Neo Geo. And so he had already started a project of just restoring it. So he rebuilt the control panel, and he did a fair amount of work on it already. But he was already done with it, and he kind of decided he just didn't want it and wanted to offload it. So it was good timing for everybody. So yeah, now that it's fully built, I can kind of demonstrate this thing a little bit better than I did in the last video. So let me go ahead and show that to you guys. All right, so then what I'm gonna do now is just show you how this thing works, because a couple of the buttons, I didn't have them wired up last time. So if you hit this instructions button right here, a whole bunch of information comes up on the screen to tell you how to play the game. And this makes sense because this thing came out in 1991 and nobody knew what a Super Nintendo was or how it worked or anything like that. And you can use these page up and page down buttons to just change the direction of the text, and you can scroll through and just see what it does and what it says. So this is really nice if you just never saw the game before. It gives you a little more information. So aside from that, you'll see that there's these three little marquee cards. This is kind of like what a Neo Geo has, and so I think that's actually why this was converted, because it's a good fit for that. So normally there's a light back here, which I haven't finished setting up. So these light up, and so you'll see Super Mario World and F-Zero and Super Tennis. And then when you coin up, normally you coin up using the coin door, but I have this set to free play. So just by hitting this reset game, I can add coins to the machine. And then at this point, we've got a couple credits and we can make our choice. So then if I go ahead and like say pick F-Zero by pushing this button here, then now F-Zero is going to show up. And so you see this 150 down here. That's the number of seconds, I believe. Maybe I'm wrong about
Seconds,
that.
minutes?
No, yeah, I have it set to like 10 minutes. So I hit 3 credits, so 3 times 10 is 30 minutes. So this will play F-Zero for 30 minutes in free play mode. And so yeah, then it works just like a Super Nintendo, but some of these games are a little bit different. Like for example, if I pick Super Mario World, it actually lets you select different levels. So you can start like all the way at the final. So it's actually kind of crazy that they did that, because like, you know, this game had just come out, and they're just like giving away the whole thing.
Yeah, and just like, yeah, which level you want to start at. And
yeah,
I'm sure if someone's never played Mario World before, if they're starting at like the 7th world, they're gonna have a rough time. But,
Exactly, but that's what they did. And so then yeah, you can pick your character and you can play. And I'm trying to figure out how many games this thing had altogether, but I think overall there was maybe about 15 games released for this. These 3 are the standards. This is what you normally would get.
This is like the stock, I guess?
Yeah, these are like the stock games that you would purchase with the system. And then let's just pan around really quick to the side here, because we've been working on the art a little bit. And so, I mean, the art is just like so cool. Like, it's just classic 90s, like
yep,
Nintendo.
It's got the Nintendo Power feel, like you were saying.
Yeah,
like,
it really does. You've got this weird 50s kind of dude, and he's wearing the controller as his glasses, and he's just wigging out at the whole. His mind is blown by the Super Nintendo.
Yeah, you've got some avant-garde statements, galactic rumbles. Gosh, I can't read the rest here, but it's a trip, I assure you.
Yeah. So I'm gonna keep trying to restore this art if I can. If not, though, I actually have replacement art, so I'm gonna go ahead and install that if it turns out that this, you know, can't be restored properly. All right, so we're back in the arcade, and I have the Super System taken apart, so you guys can see just how this thing is wired up and how it all looks. So here's the circuit board, and as you can see, it has 3 PCBs standing on top, and those are the different games. So that's Mario World, F-Zero, and Super Tennis. If you look carefully over here, you can see that there are a bunch of surface mount chips, and those are actually completely identical to the ones you find in a Super Nintendo. In fact, if any of those ever go bad, you could pull some from a Super Nintendo and swap them into here, and the arcade system would work again. It has a JAMA harness, and as you can see, there's a whole bunch of other wires coming out of it, and that's because this system uses a whole bunch of extra buttons to control the L and R and the different button pads and all that. I had to kind of make my own harness because there just isn't something commercially available here, but it certainly does the job, and you've got all of the buttons wired up here. And then finally, up here you've got your 3 buttons for choosing your game. So there's 3 buttons there, and it's lit behind so you can see the different games. And so there's a couple of wires going up just to control those buttons there. Lastly, you'll see there's a potentiometer over here, and that's used just to adjust the volume of the arcade unit. So yeah, that's the whole system in a nutshell, and then this drawer just basically slides in and down into the cabinet. So yeah, that's kind of an overview of the Nintendo Super System. And yeah, this new cabinet is going to be a part of the Long Island Retro Gaming Expo, and it's also permanently a part of the exhibit here at the Cradle of Aviation Museum in Garden City, New York. And the arcade is available for people to enjoy every weekend, so if you're nearby, come on over and check it out. So yeah, thanks again for watching, guys, and we'll see you next time.
Hey folks, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share us with your friends, and check out LIRetro.com. We got a ton of great stuff coming your way in the near future, and most importantly of all, play some video games. Like me, right now.